Hello everyone, welcome to Honaris Arts and Lifestyle channel. Today I will be showing you on how to drape a sari in the Gujarati style or the North Indian style for a Devi Vigraha. Okay, so the Vigraha can be anything, it could be of Lakshmi or Durga or any other goddess. Okay, so before I start showing you how to drape it, let me just show you the items that I'm going to use and where you're going to get them. The reason why I'm making this video is because I had got a request from Mr. Jitan Desai that he was not able to understand how to do a sari draping using chunni and it was never coming right. But to be very honest, I found it very beautiful the way in which he was already draping the sari. And I want you all to understand that I'm from a South Indian background, okay? So it took me a little while to actually understand the culture and the traditions which are there in North India. What is the style of your sari draping? What is the color of the chunri that you use? And so on and so forth. So it actually took a bit of a time for me to get the right material. And that is why the video has been delayed. Jitan sir, I'm really sorry for delaying this particular video. But I have actually tried to make this video as special as possible by customizing so many items, okay? So the first and the foremost thing that we need for the sari draping is obviously chunri, okay? So this is the chunri that I have actually purchased from Amazon, okay? And I think it costed somewhere around 250 rupees or something for 2 pieces. And it's absolutely beautiful, okay? The height of this particular chunri is 10 inches and the width is 19 inches, okay? So in case if you like this particular chunri and you feel like this height is too big, so what you can do is you can just cut this chunri over here and you can stitch it according to the height, okay? And also by removing this border at one side, what you can ensure is that whenever you are trying to tuck the pleats onto the goddess, the tummy part doesn't become too fat, okay? So it still stays thin and beautiful. So I am not going to remove this border for today's video because I think I can actually reuse this chunri for a lot of other styles, okay? But in case if you want, you can actually remove this and you can use it. So I had got 4 pieces of this delivered from Amazon. I'll be leaving a link for all of these products in the description box of the video, okay? So please don't miss to see that in case you want to purchase the same type. And also I will be leaving some of the most impressive chunris which are there on Amazon. The reason why I have taken small size of chunri is specifically because Mr. Jitan sir had actually used only small sizes of chunri for his idol, okay? And also I feel like, getting a very big size, I don't think it's going to be feasible in this pandemic for each and every person. So small sizes are something which are readily available everywhere. That is the reason why I have purposefully taken a small size of chunri. But what you guys can also do alternatively is that you get big size chunris on Amazon which has got this kind of beautiful embroidery and all. So you can just purchase that and you can cut it and you can stitch it. So in that way you will be having 2 or 3 chunris for your goddess. Okay, a single piece of chunri should do for the entire sari. So what I have done is I have taken 3 of these chunris to only use it for the pleats. Okay, the reason being I want more pleats to be shown for the Durga and that is the reason. And then what also I have got done is I've got this beautiful pallu stitched by a tailor, okay? So the way in which it is stitched, let me just explain. So I have folded it into half like this, okay? And then put the pleats and from where the pleats start until here, just expand it a little, that is make the pleats come step by step and then find a very good sequel like this. It's called embroidery patches also. And before I attached to this particular pallu, this is how it looked. Okay, so you can just take that, but whenever you are attaching it, make sure that it is very small at one side and it is big at one side because this is the shoulder part of the idol and the shoulder part will actually be very narrow for whichever vigraha we take, okay? So that is why your this patch should also be very thin at one of the sides and it should be broad at the other, okay? So the thinner part will go near the shoulder and the broader part will come down and you get it stitched accordingly. So what this will ensure is that, the sari draping will sit very beautifully, okay? And also it will be very easy for you to do sari draping. It just takes about a minute or 5 minutes at the max, whenever you are in a hurry or during festivals and all. Okay. And apart from that, I have got these tassels done for the pallu. Okay. And look at how beautiful these are. Actually, the tailor who stitched this, she's so sweet that I had just requested her, to see if she can actually make some tassels for this. I'd not even given the designs, and I think she did a wonderful job. Because the pallu itself is so small, so your tassels cannot be long, okay? In such a small distance, whatever possible could be done, she has done a very fabulous job. I just loved her work, okay? And these kind of tassels are also readily available on Amazon, okay? If you're not able to give it to a tailor and you're not able to get it done. And also there are various videos on YouTube which actually teach you how to do these kind of tassels, okay? Only thing is you will have to find a silk thread for this. Now, where did I purchase this kind of a sequel or the embroidery patch and a few other items? I'll be sharing that with you in a minute. So when it comes to the other side, I haven't got the pleats stitched over here, because when I actually put it on the shoulder like this, from the back side, I actually want this part of the chunri to be connecting to the other chunris, okay, so that it gives the effect of a real sari. Now coming to the blouse piece for the chunri, actually I didn't have any other border. This was a border which was given for one of the other sari material, and I'll be using this to cover the blouse area for the idol, okay. Again, you should be able to find these kind of jerry or beautiful borders on Amazon or any other embroidery shops, so you can just go ahead and purchase them. Make sure that the colors which are there here, it actually matches with the chunri color. Now let me show you this beautiful chunri that I've got made to actually put on Durga's head, okay. And this one, the reason why I have taken gold color is because I wanted to give a contrast for the pleats and the actual sari, okay. Because for the pleats and the pallu, I have actually used a red chunri which has got the gold border or the gold embroidery on it. To match that and to give a contrast, I have actually used a gold cloth for the head chunri, okay. Now this gold cloth that I've actually used, it is from a dupatta, okay. And I found this dupatta on Amazon again. And this is how it looked like before I decorated it, and it's absolutely beautiful. Again, I'll be leaving all these links in the description box of the video so that you guys can purchase. I forgot to tell you all one thing. I should be thanking one of the subscribers called Rhythm Bhagat, who has extensively helped me in understanding the culture of the North Indian sari draping, and what kind of designs can be used, and how to do the sari draping and all that. I used to constantly discuss with her and ask her, okay, what is the kind of chunri that you actually use to cover the head of the goddess and all, and she used to tell me that it should always be red or in the shades of red, like pink and orange and all, because I actually wanted to use a contrasting color for my goddess. So when I selected this gold color, I also suggested that, what if I actually use a red border like this. So I wanted to add more and more red elements onto this particular chunri, so that we are actually following the tradition also, and at the same time we are giving a contrasting look for the goddess. And that is when she actually suggested to use these kind of patches, okay. And there are more beautiful patches available on Amazon, so again I'll be leaving all those links onto the description box of the video. And let me tell you where I got this inspiration from, okay. I used to actually help a lot of brides in doing their bridal shopping, okay, be it for their saris or for their dresses, for their jewelries, whether it is gold jewelries or imitation jewelries, whether it is footwear, makeup, nail polish, anything you can name it. I have even helped them in selecting a very good makeup artist and so on. So I've done A to Z for the brides, and these brides were actually my family members, like my cousins and all. And for them, actually in my family, there is a tradition that we follow during Muhartam. Muhartam is a ritual wherein the bridegroom ties the Mangal Sutra onto the bride, okay. During that time, there will be two saris which will be given to the bride, okay. They are going to be silk saris, and one sari will be given by the bridegroom's parents and the other sari will be given by the bride's parents. So the bride will be wearing the sari which the bridegroom parents give, okay. So that is the sari which she will be draped with, and the sari which is given by the bride's family, she'll be using it to cover her head, okay? And we call this as male musku in Kannada. So in the olden days and all, the brides actually used to use silk sari only to cover their heads. But the girls these days, they don't actually prefer to put that silk sari for two reasons. One, because it is too long, and the second reason is because it's going to be too hot if they actually use it to cover their head part, okay? And also to make it look more trendy, they actually go for this kind of a chundri, wherein they buy a net material or some very thin material like this, and they get it prepared, okay? And the way in which I used to get their chundris prepared was something like this. I used to always insist them that they have to use these kind of a beads in the front, okay, where it actually covers the face area, and along with the border and some buttas, okay. And for this, the materials that I have used are this particular border, okay, and the beads border like this. So let me show you how to get it stitched. You also get these borders which come with the attached beads like this, okay, and it's available in Amazon, but I don't think the quality is that great. So this is how the border actually comes readily on the Amazon, okay. So in case if you want to buy something like this, you will have to search for a very good quality, because the ones that I found on Amazon were not that great. So what I suggest you to do is buy this separately and buy the border separately and just match them. So for that, you take the dupatta material like this. So the first thing will be to get this border stitched first. And when you're getting it stitched, make sure that the beads are coming outside of the dupatta, okay. This white cloth should be going inside, and it should be overlapping with the dupatta and not the beads. The beads should be outside. And on top of this, you will have to get this kind of a border stitched in such a way that the white border of the beads is not being visible, okay. That is when you actually get the same look that I have shown you for my chundri. Now, apart from the border and the beads, there are these buttas that I have used. So let me give you a close-up view of this particular butta. See how beautiful this looks. And I have also used this small red beads to cover the rest of the area. And this is how the beads look. So the materials that I have used to make this chundri, apart from this dupatta piece, I have all got it from a single shop, okay. Well, they have got a couple of branches. For this particular lace and this particular beads border, they have got a different shop, or they have got a different branch for it. And here is the address and the phone number for that particular branch. And for the sequins and these kind of beads, and also these kinds of embroidery patches, they're all available in their other branch. And here is the address for the same. So in case if you guys are more interested to understand, what are the different items which are available in this particular shop, then there is already a vlog which is available in my YouTube channel. And this is that video. So I request you all to please watch that video to understand what are the different items that you get from the shop, which can actually be used for all these kind of sari draping. Now coming to the next material that I have actually used, it is this particular hair, okay. As you can see in my other videos, I never used a free hair for Durga, okay. I always used a pleated hair with jewelries and all. And for this look, I actually wanted to use the free hair as suggested by my other subscriber, Rhythm Bhagat. And to make it like this, you actually get this ready hair outside in the shops, okay. And this is how the hair is going to look like. So what you will have to do is just measure the hair length from the head of the idol until the knee length, okay, and just cut it over here, and that should do. And because this hair already has got 3 partition for pleating, what you can do is one part you can leave it at the back side of the idol, and the left part you can take it towards the left of the idol, towards the front, and the right part accordingly, okay. So that way the hair that you put on the idol will look very pretty. And just one word of caution, whenever you are buying this hair, make sure that it is a thick one, okay. If it is too thin, then it is not going to spread very well on the vigraha. Now You guys must be wondering as to how I join these three small chunris to make a very big chunri, right? For the pleats. So what I do is, I just take the small chunri, put the pleats like this. Make sure that you put small pleats, not very big. Okay. And then I take the second chunri, I hold it here and I continue with the pleats. I do the same thing with the third chunri also. I'm going to keep it here and I start putting the pleats. And there you go, the pleats are ready. So now you can just pin it over here and then use a thread to tie it at the waist of the Vigraha. Don't worry about these borders being seen. In fact, I feel like this actually gives a different dimension for the saree draping. And the same kind of a style can actually be used for a Durga which is sitting on the lion. By using this kind of a saree draping method, you can actually make sure that the lion is also being visible, and also you are putting a very nice saree draping for Durga. So now let me show you how I am going to drape my Durga with these materials.